It's often at the point women say they're leaving that domestic violence turns deadly. Claire Overton's partner assaulted her for years. She had repeatedly tried to leave him, but had always been persuaded and frightened into staying.
I would get bombarded with phone calls. Please take me back. I'll change. Please don't leave me on my own. I can't live without you. I'm no good without you. In the next breath, if you said no to that, it would be, you won't get anybody else. You're this, you're that. You know, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do whatever. So you're just totally confused. You just don't know where you are with him. It's just like a time bomb waiting to go off. So it was actually easier to actually step back into the situation again because you knew where you were. You knew what you were going to get at home. Whereas when you left, you were going to get, you don't know, you could be walking down a street and he could jump out at you anywhere. And that was worse than actually knowing what I was going to get when he came home.
But eventually the violence became so bad that Claire told her husband she was leaving him for good.
And I actually turned around to him and said, no, I don't want you anymore. Leave me alone. And I walked away. And that's when he got nasty. And this is the whole point of what I'm trying to say. It just gets worse because he just turned around and said, well, that's it. You're going to pay for that. That was the last words he said to me, you're going to pay for that. And I walked back home and I just knew that I was going to pay. I knew exactly what he said was what, you know, he meant that. And I really was going to pay for leaving him.
That day, her husband went out and bought a Stanley knife and attacked her in her mother's house with their son present downstairs.
He aimed for both sides of my face. He mainly got this side and the back of my neck. I've got scars at the back where he'd gone in and where I've moved. And then obviously I got one big scar right down my stomach from him attacking me on the bed. But it was mainly aimed at my neck and face. And I believe he was going to try and finish me off and kill me.
Claire managed to fight off her husband, who was eventually jailed for 6 years. Although she had told the police that she feared an attack was imminent, there was little they could do to prevent it. Claire felt she had no one to turn to when trying to escape, and yet women are most in need of protection and support when they're trying to get away.